Free college football picks. This is week 11, part 3. I'm Tony T with our college football pick show here for Wednesday. Now, if you're looking for the Wednesday games, we shot separate video for that. You'll find it on our channel. This one is week 11, part 3. We'll have 11 games for Saturday. We're going to do these in parts. It looks like we have 55 games on Saturday, so we got to do them 11 a day here. Before we get underway, just a couple things. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, like NBA, college basketball, NHL. We have lots of cappers giving out lots of plays over our live shows like Morning Steam. We also have midday plays, predictive modeling, and more, making it a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that. And we are brought to you by Tony'sPicks.com. is brought to you by Rhythm app. Create custom sports betting models right now with Rhythm. Download it at the Apple, at the Android and Google store, and claim your 14-day free trial. Make things easier on the live. I say between 30 minutes and 2 hours a day when I use Rhythm to handle the grunt work when it comes to handicapping, because I still do the thinking work, which is creating my form factors when I create my models. And of course, I can handicap the entire board with Rhythm. A great tool for you to use and help aid in your handicapping. All right, be sure to visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're our multi-capper site showcasing top performers in our industry. Click the links to the top cappers, get signed up for long-term passes. Hot cappers like Chauncey, Giles, Joseph Schultz, Hollywood Sam, Ramon for the year. Chauncey's been on fire here this year, last 3 days, last 7 days. Yours truly up there, probably strong. Tiffany coming in with a strong day. Click the links to the hot cappers, get signed up to long-term passes. You'll find our latest premium picks here center of the page, as well as tabs for our best bets, our $15 promotional, multi-packs, and more, and props in there as well. Click the links, get signed up. You may also purchase our plays a la carte from that pick ticker. You'll see the team versus team information. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Follow the link in the description to get signed up. You may also post your picks in our comments. We'll accept those. And we're looking for cappers, so apply on the home page. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. Tennessee and Missouri college football pick. This is on Saturday. All right, Tennessee improved to 7-2 with their 59-3 home victory at UConn. Volunteers rushed for 275 yards on 34 carries. They allowed 35 rushing yards to the Huskies with 221 passing on 42 attempts. Tennessee had a +3 turnover margin. Joe Milton, 11 of 14 passing for 254 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 18 yards per pass attempt and rushed for a touchdown. Missouri fell to 7-2, a 30-21 road defeat to Georgia. Tigers rushed for 151 yards on 34 carries. They allowed 4 yards per rush to the Bulldogs with 254 passing yards on 32 attempts. Brady Cook, 14 of 29 passing for 212 yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. He averaged 7.3 yards per pass attempt. Tennessee has the 13th ranked offense in college football with 466 yards per game. They rush for 5.8 yards per carry and are efficient with their passing. Missouri run game produces only 4.2 yards a carry. Tennessee holding teams to 2.9 yards per rush defensively, and they're efficient in pass defense. Play here, Tennessee -1. FIU and Middle Tennessee State college football pick. This one here on Saturday. FIU fell to 4-5, a 41-16 home victory to Jacksonville State with the win. Golden Panthers rushed for 31 yards on 40 carries. They allowed 265 yards rushing to the Gamecocks with 105 passing on 19 attempts. Keon Jenkins, 2 of 8 passing for 18 yards. He averaged 2.3 yards per pass attempt. Grayson James saw work, 12 of 20 for 200 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 10 yards per pass attempt and had a rushing touchdown. Middle Tennessee State 2-7, a 13-7 road defeat at New Mexico State. Blue Raiders rushed for 168 yards on 31 carries. They allowed 182 rushing yards to the Aggies with 220 passing on 31 attempts. Nicholas Vitadio, 20 of 36 passing for 178 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 4.9 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 96 yards. FIU is a poor offensive team, averaging 324 yards a game with only 3 yards per rush. They have issues with quarterback accuracy. Blue Raiders, poor rushing team. They struggle too with pass efficiency. Golden Panthers average only 208 yards per game against Conference USA. Play here, FIU and Middle Tennessee State under 53. Oklahoma State and UCF college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Oklahoma State improved to 7-2 with their 27-24 home victory to Oklahoma. Cowboys rushed for 148 yards on 27 carries. They held the Sooners to 4.2 yards per rush with 334 passing yards on 43 attempts. Oklahoma State had a +3 turnover margin. Alan Bowman goes 28 of 42 for 334 yards with 8 yards per pass attempt. He had a rushing touchdown. UCF sits at 4-5, a 28-26 road victory at Cincinnati. Knights rushed for 228 yards on 39 attempts. John Rice Plumlee, 13 of 23 passing for 163 yards. He averaged 7.2 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 53 yards and a touchdown. These AAC entrants into the Big 12 are having trouble winning games in conference. The Cowboys are rushing for 5.4 yards a carry. UCF's allowing 5 yards per rush. Knights lost and failed to cover 5 of 6. UCF in conference is giving up 481 yards and 38 points a game. Player Oklahoma State minus the 2.5. Texas State and Coastal Carolina college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Texas State is 6-3 with their 45-24 home victory to Georgia Southern. Bobcats rushed for 186 yards on 47 attempts. They allowed over 6 yards per rush to the Eagles with 195 passing on 27 attempts. TJ Finley goes 25 of 31 for 301 yards and 3 touchdowns. He averaged 9.7 yards per pass attempt with 2 rushing touchdowns. Coastal Carolina moves to 6-3. A 28-24 road win at Old Dominion. They produced 278 yards rushing on 45 carries. Chanticleers allowed 173 yards rushing to the Monarchs with 172 passing yards on 28 attempts. Grayson McCall doubtful with a head injury and not expected to play. He has missed 2 straight games. Backup Jarrett Guest missed the game with an eye injury and is questionable. Ethan Vasco, 17 of 31 passing for 180 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 5.8 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 170 yards and a touchdown. Vasco running ability the key here. Chanticleers have won and covered 4 straight. Texas State on the road allowing 30 points and 458 yards a game. CCU in conference putting up 460 yards per game. Play here, Coastal Carolina plus the 1. Pittsburgh and Syracuse college football pick. This one here Saturday. Game played in Yankee Stadium. Pittsburgh is 2-7 after a 24-7 home defeat to Florida State. Panthers rushed for 89 yards on 24 carries. They had 138 yards rushing allowed to the Seminoles with 363 passing yards on 37 attempts. Pittsburgh had a -2 turnover margin. Christian Villo, 15 of 35 passing for 244 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 7 yards per pass attempt. Syracuse fell to 4-5, a 17-10 home defeat to Boston College. Orange rushed for 209 yards on 30 carries, allowed over 3 yards per rush to the Eagles with 165 passing yards on 37 attempts. Orange had 4 turnovers and took 2 from the Eagles. Garrett Schrader is questionable due to an injury. Carlos Del Rio Wilson, 7 of 17 passing for 37 yards and 4 interceptions. He averaged 2.2 yards per pass attempt, and he ran for 67 yards and a touchdown. Both offenses are in poor form, with Pittsburgh averaging 10.3 points and Syracuse 7.7 over their past 3 games. The Orange quarterback situation, massive concern. Panthers dealing with accuracy problems at the quarterback position, sitting 130th in the nation. Play here, Pittsburgh and Syracuse under 37.5. UAB and Navy college football pick. This one here Saturday. UAB improved to 3-6, a 45-42 home victory to FAU. Blazers rushed for 115 yards on 38 carries. They allowed 191 rushing yards to FAU with 293 passing on 33 attempts. Jacob Zeno, 29 of 35 passing for 484 yards with 5 touchdowns and interception. He averaged 13.8 yards per pass attempt. Navy fell 3-5, a 32-18 road defeat to Temple. Mitch Shipman rushed for 144 yards on 48 carries. They held the Owls to under 2 yards per rush with 4 2 passing yards on 33 attempts. Navy had a +4 turnover margin. Xavier Arline, 6 of 14 passing for 124 yards with a touchdown. He averaged 8.9 yards per pass attempt plus rush for 97 yards and a touchdown. UAB sits 24th in total offense, averaging 451 yards a game. They rush for 4.2 yards a carry, and they're 5th in the nation in quarterback accuracy. Navy struggles mightily in pass defense. Their offense averaging 300 yards a game, which is 123rd in the nation. Yet Shipman is allowing opposing quarterbacks 66.2% completion rate, 8.4 yards per pass attempt, which is near the bottom of college football. Player UAB -3. Rutgers and Iowa college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Rutgers fell to 6-3 with their 35-16 home defeat to Ohio State. Scarlet Knights rushed for 232 yards on 43 attempts. They allowed 4.5 yards per rush to the Buckeyes with 189 passing on 26 attempts. Gavin Wimsatt hit 10 of 25 passes for 129 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 5.2 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 49 yards. Iowa improved to 7-2, a 10-7 road win at Northwestern. Hawkeyes rushed for 104 yards on 41 carries. They held the Wildcats to 4.2 yards per rush with 81 passing yards on 20 attempts. Deacon Hill hit 10 of 15 for 65 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 4.3 yards per pass attempt. Rutgers sits 106 in the nation in total offense by averaging 331 yards a game. Iowa 133rd in the nation in total offense, just 225 yards a game. Both defenses are giving up under 300 yards per game and stopping the run. Both teams have inaccurate quarterback play and inefficient passing games. Play here, Rutgers and Iowa to go under total of 29. Miami and Florida State college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Miami fell to 6-3, a 20-6 road defeat to NC State. Hurricanes rushed for 119 yards in this game on 32 carries. They allowed 108 yards rushing to the Wolfpack with 123 passing on 21 attempts. Miami had 4 turnovers, took 2 from NC State. Donovan Dyke, 21 of 38 passing for 173 yards and 3 touchdowns. He averaged 4.6 yards per pass attempt. Florida State 8-0 after their 24-7 road win at Pitt. Seminoles rushed for 138 yards on 37 carries. They held the Panthers to 3.7 yards per rush with 244 passing yards on 36 attempts. Jordan Travis, 22 of 36 passing for 360 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 10 yards per pass attempt and rushed for a touchdown. Hurricanes are 31st in total offense by averaging 438 yards a game with 5.2 yards per rush. Their passing game is accurate with 69% completion rate. Florida State has the 17th rated offense behind 5 yards per rush with accuracy and efficiency in the passing game. Seminoles at home are putting up 46 points and 480 yards a game. Play here, Miami and Florida State over 50. New Mexico State and Western Kentucky college football pick. This one here on Saturday. New Mexico State is 7-3 with their 13-7 home victory to Middle Tennessee State. The Aggies rushed for 182 yards on 36 carries. They allowed 6.1 yards per rush to the Blue Raiders with 178 passing yards on 36 attempts. Diego Pavia, 16 of 31 passing for 220 yards and an interception. He averaged 7.1 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 67 yards. Western Kentucky improved to 5-4. A 21-13 road win at UTEP. Hilltoppers rushed for 178 yards on 32 carries. They allowed 154 yards rushing to the Miners with 214 passing yards on 24 attempts. Austin Reed, 11 of 20 for 102 yards. He had a touchdown and pick. He averaged a season low 5.1 yards per pass attempt. New Mexico State, in their past 3 games, averaging only 23 points a game. At home, the Hilltoppers put up 38 points and 456 yards a game. New Mexico State has issues with quarterback accuracy. Play here will be on Western Kentucky, minus 4.5. Northwestern and Wisconsin college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Northwestern 4-5 after a 10-7 defeat to Iowa. At home, the Wildcats rushed for 89 yards on 41 carries. They held the Hawkeyes at 2.5 yards per rush with 65 yards passing on 15 attempts. Ben Bryant is questionable with that injury that forced him to miss the past 4 games. Brendan Sullivan, 12 of 19 passing for 81 yards with a touchdown. He averaged 4.3 yards per pass attempt. Wisconsin fell to 5-4, a 20-14 road win in Indiana. Badgers rushed for 101 yards on 28 carries. The other Hoosiers are under 2 yards per rush with 186 passing yards on 31 attempts. Tanner Mordecai questionable. He's recovering from that hand injury. Brandon Luck, 21 of 41 passing for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 5.9 yards per pass attempt. Northwestern has a 129th ranked offense, averaging 292 yards a game. Wisconsin defends both the run and pass well. Badgers offensively, really poor passing team. Both teams defend well. Play here, Northwestern and Wisconsin, under 42.5. Washington State and California college football pick. This one here is on Saturday. Washington State fell to 4-5 with their 10-7 home defeat to Stanford. Cougars rushed for 4 yards on 24 carries. They allowed 2 yards per rush to the Cardinal with 142 passing yards on 32 attempts. Cameron Ward, 24 of 40 passing for 241 yards with a touchdown and interception. California fell to 3-6. A 63-19 road defeat at Oregon. Golden Bears rushed for 109 yards on 29 carries. They allowed 4.3 yards per rush to the Ducks with 444 passing yards on 46 attempts. Real Mendoza, 18 of 34 passing for 177 yards with an interception. He averaged 5.2 yards per pass attempt. Washington State averaging 414 yards a game with efficient passing. California struggling defensively, allowing 426 yards a game with big plays allowed in the passing game. Kroger's defense here is struggling, allowing 420 yards a game, poor in pass defense. Cal's allowing 46 points and 500 yards per game against the Pac-12. Washington State is giving up 450 yards, 32 points a game against the conference. Play here, Washington State and California over 58.5. All right, that was our college football pick show here for a week 11, part 3 here. Now, if you're looking for our Wednesday games, we shot a separate video for the Wednesday games. These were 11 for Saturday's college football. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, NBA, college basketball, NHL. Lots of live shows over our channel with lots of cappers giving out free picks, making it a great place to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Remember to visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com, for our best plays. Our premium picks are there, so find them there. Remember, Tony'sPicks.com is brought to you by the Rhythm app. Bet smart with Rhythm. Create custom sports betting models pretty easily because you go and correct your form factors and you allow Rhythm to take care of all the grunt work, saving you, well, it saves me between 30 minutes and 2 hours a day in handicapping because I handicap the entire board, and also they're able to find my edges. Basically on doing all the math calculations that you need that I used to do by myself, but they handle that, saving me lots of time and allowing me to be more consistent with my handicapping because my form factors are handicapping every game. Again, giving me an edge there. All right, lots of live shows throughout our show. I'm Tony T. We will talk to you guys later.